What's up, guys? So in today's video, we're going to be going over one of my recent Valtan solo carry buses, and I thought it'd be a good idea to just kind of go over this and commentate through it. Alright, so as we open up this fight, you're going to notice that I am taking purple pots here, just in case. My ping is really smooge. I'm playing this on 230 ping, so I am a lot more susceptible to taking damage. Especially on this gate 1 on a melee back attacking class, it can be really difficult. I'm also taking Whirlwinds and Swiftness Robe. Swiftness Robe is for me to be able to do the major Orb Mech that you'll see soon, and Splendid Panacea, which is a must. First segment of the fight is to just cut it to 45 bars so that we can get it to phase into the next. And this phase right here, it's just a simple DPS check. We're just trying to attack the boss here. And this right here, that 360 always follows up. That hop to a 360 always follows up with a big outer ring AoE attack. And I just, as you can see, just the ping is just really bad. I get rubber banded right back in there. It is doable though. I don't want to scare you guys away from actually doing this content with high ping. It is 100% doable, as you'll see in this video, but it's just things like that that kind of make it a little bit more frustrating. Can't really blame ping on that knockup right there though. The red orb was clearly under my feet for that one. I just honestly didn't see that one. It was kind of camouflaging with the dark ground there. One of the things that are really important for the melee back attacking classes for a solo carry bus here is to actually utilize the space through the boss. You can space through the boss to set up the back attack, but you got to make sure you do it on an attack pattern that you know he's not going to turn for. There, right there again, another big DPS loss right there because I got knocked up despite perfectly spacing the somersault flash kick thing that the boss did. The reason why that's so significant for this particular fight here is because now that both wolves are out, you're going to notice that black orb on top of his head. It will turn white when the other wolf gets close. You're going to see the blue wolf come in here. There it is. It turns white. And when it's white, you only deal like 10% of your damage, as you can see by some of the hits here. So the goal is to just kite around and wait for the blue boss to do his little dash skill, his little rush skill. There it is right there. And now I have an opening on the red boss to deal damage. A little unfortunate there because at the same time the red boss disappeared. And when he disappears, he follows it up with a melee 360 attack there. So, you know, just luck has a lot to do with this phase here if you really want to try to push it. That was a little bit of an unfortunate pattern, but I was able to get a hit. Now, here's what I thought was a big opportunity because the blue wolf dashed up, but as you can see, my Tiger Strike only did 1.5 million damage. So the wolves just weren't separated far enough from each other. So a little bit unlucky there. And I'm just going to continue to kite. And this is a little difficult because you just don't know when the blue wolf is going to dash out. He dashed out there again. Bad timing because he didn't dash away far enough from the red. So I'm just going to continue to kite here. Here's a window here, big window, was able to hit the back, but it didn't crit. So that would have definitely phased him if it did. I don't want to waste time here to try to get to his back. So that's why I followed that up with a Tiger Emerges to the face. If I try to get around to his back, the blue wolf probably would have come back in and I wouldn't have gotten that damage. It's better to hit the face of the target when you have black orbs compared to hitting him in the back when both wolves are close to each other. Okay, so with that, the blue wolf is gone. I'm dealing maximum damage. I'm prioritizing trying to hit the back now. I have to be a little bit cautious here because I do have a lot of damage and I don't want to burn my Tiger Emerges the moment he phases into the major orb mech. So I am being a little bit cautious about how I'm using my spenders at this point because it is at 31 bars. Strikers don't have the best stagger damage, so I really want to make sure I have the Tiger Emerges ready for the next major orb mech. You have to be able to deal enough stagger damage or it's a guaranteed wipe. Alright, so here's the major orb mech. I'm going to pre-pop my Swiftness Robe, follow it up with a Way, use my Moonflash Kick and Vicious Tiger, both my staggering skills. I'm going to consume the blue orb, immediately hit Splendid Panacea, collect the orbs in that order, clockwise, and then immediately use Tiger Emerges into a Whirlwind Bomb, and you can see that that is enough stagger damage. The order in which you use your skills and consumables really depends on the class that you're playing and how much stagger damage you have access to. Alright, so we're back to a single wolf fight, which is going to be considerably easy because I don't have to worry about splitting wolves. And we're just going to take this all the way down until the red wolf appears. It's another ping issue right there. That one was a little bit close, but I feel like with good ping, I probably wouldn't have eaten that knock up there from the green poop. Here I spaced through the boss to kind of push DPS a little bit more. It's not the right play. It was definitely not the right play because I'm actually stuck here. But the only reason why I did that is because I'm realistically not going to die. I have plenty of pots. I'm pretty tanky. And for me, it's just a matter of trying to clear this faster. The red wolf does come in here, and you're going to see he's in that little tornado phase. When he's in that tornado phase, even if the bosses are close together, you actually deal maximum damage, which is why, again, because I'm tanky, I kind of push that there instead of running away with the red boss in the tornado form coming in. Obviously not the right play there. I should have just baited them out, but that's okay. I mean, you live and learn, right? Can't be perfect. I got another rubber band there. I spaced that, would not have been knocked up, and because of that, I burned my roll. And because I burned my roll, now it takes me a little bit longer to actually get up and essentially costing me damage. One of the difficult things about playing Striker for this Gate 1 is that outside of our Moonflash kick, we actually have no protection when using our builders to CC, so it's just really easy to get interrupted. There's another questionable freeze right there, to be honest. I feel like with good ping, I wouldn't have gotten frozen there, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm just trying to separate the boss, make sure I have maximum meter, which is what I have right now. Just trying to kite around so that the blue wolf dashes away from the red, giving me that DPS opener. I get flash kicked to the face there. Really no excuse on that one. I just got wrecked. Just didn't see that one coming. I was able to actually space that one. I'm surprised I didn't get rubber banded for that. It's just inconsistent when that happens. So trying to build meter. Got the whisper off to build meter. And hopefully we can split them pretty soon. So the red wolf has just got into the tornado phase. I'm going to kite a little bit, but I can actually deal damage here. So that's why I charged up the flash kick. But unfortunately, I get unlucky because the blue wolf countered it with another flash kick of his own. So a big opportunity here as the blue wolf dashes out and the red wolf is stationary. I wait that extra second to get my tiger strike off instead of tiger emerges, and that really cost me because the blue wolf came back in soon enough. And that's kind of what I mean. You just gotta deal damage immediately because the wolves usually get back together really soon. I do luck out as the red wolf teleports away, but then, yeah, I just kind of forced that blast formation and get kicked in the face again. So back to square one, trying to wait for them to separate, and kind of unlucky right there as the blue wolf goes in the direction. I wasn't expecting it to teleport, or dash rather, that soon after it dashed already. So we're just continuing to wait around. The red wolf actually splits here, and I just deal damage to the front because I don't want to miss out on that opportunity. If I try to get to the back, I would have actually missed out on that opportunity again. We are able to get rid of the red wolf here, so now it is easy mode until we hit 15 bars, and he will go into the orb mech again. So you're going to start seeing me be a little bit more cautious as we get to 15 bars, which we just did with that tiger strike. I want to be careful because I don't want to spend my tiger emerges, and I don't want to burn my moonflash kick because he could phase any minute now, which is why I didn't actually use those skills. There's the phase. I'm going to pop my swiftness again, use way, use the flash kick, violent tiger, pick up the blue orb. I go with the blue, it doesn't matter. I pop the Panacea, the Splendid Panacea immediately. I open with a Whirlwind this time instead, and follow that up with my Tiger Emerges. Deal damage to the back, and we have cut to almost 10 bars, which is when the next and final major mech happens. When the boss gets under 10 bars, he's going to use a fear attack where he slams the ground, and he's going to do that twice. If you get caught once, you're fine, but if you get caught twice, then it's GG and you have to restart the entire run. So the only way to actually avoid that mech is to perfectly space when he slams the ground, or use your awakening, which gives you full immunity to CC. So I'm going to always prioritize the awakening because it's a lot easier to land it compared to landing the space with high ping. At this point, I'm really taking my time with DPS right now because I do not want to be animation locked when he does that mech. Otherwise, I'm going to get caught. All I have to do is dodge it once and we're good, because if I get caught the second time, it's fine. So I'm being really cautious here because the raid clear will be determined based off of whether I can dodge that attack once or not. So just more kiting, running around. And at this point, since I'm kind of running away from the boss, I'm looking at his HP bar. Once that stagger meter goes away, that means he's also using that skill. There it is. There's the slam, and you can see I immediately identify it and use my awakening skill. Gave me that immunity, and now we're good to go. He will do it again, so I am going to be a little bit cautious just because I don't really want to be getting caught by that on stream. Not that it matters, but I am being a little bit cautious, so I don't actually use my space here because at this point, the only way I can dodge it is by spacing because I don't have an awakening up now. Here, since I can't actually see his animation, I am monitoring that HP bar to avoid the fear mech. And again, I really should just greed damage here, but I think it was me trying to practice the timing of the space with my ping. When he does it, you're going to notice that I space way ahead of the actual slam. Unfortunately, that's just what you have to do with super high ping. I'm going to get knocked up here, and I'm not going to actually roll right away because when you roll, you do have an immunity frame. And there's the space right there. You can clearly tell it was before he actually hit the ground. I have the space like when his arm is in the air. And that's it. Once you dodge that at least 1 out of 2 times, it's GG. All right, so gate 2 begins here, and it is arguably the easier of the two. The gate 1 is just difficult because of the wolf splitting, but it's pretty straightforward here for gate 2. Positioning is key here. Once he hits the wall there, I have to make sure I stand north of him so that he breaks that tower on the right there. So now I have 2 towers down, 2 towers that have the orbs, and I have him charged to this third. There it is. Now he's going to go into his triple swing slam motion here. I need to pick up all the orbs to get enough meter. You actually don't see the sidereal gauge because I'm playing this in 21/9. But I do have to break at least 4 of the towers with the orbs to pick up the orbs because the orbs give you sidereal meter, and I need Therain to destruct him and remove one of the armor stacks. So after this explosion, I'm going to go up, sit in front of the pillar with the last orb. Let him charge into it, pick up the orbs, and I will have enough to summon Therain. Dealing a little bit of damage. I do not have to go ham on my damage, otherwise I would push him to 130 before all of this happens. I need to make sure I do not get him under 130 stacks, or excuse me, 130 bars until I get Therain off to take away that armor stack. So he's not going to immediately charge here, just got to kind of wait. Deal a little bit of damage. I think he charges after this mech here. Yep, there it is. Staying in front of the pillar tower thing there. Immediately summon Therain, and he's going to break. Deal damage here, maximum damage. Go into my full combo here. Get the Tiger emerges after the Tiger Strike. Now, since I don't have Balthor, I can't snooze on this. I have to dodge the first attack here. So I'm already in the safe zone. I'm good. And that's it. We're going to get some damage off here. I greeted that just because, again, I'm really tanky. You can see how much damage I took. Otherwise, you obviously have to dodge that pattern. So for me, taking hits and taking a little bit more damage, but getting more damage out, as long as I'm not taking too much damage, it would be to my benefit since I can clear a little bit faster. Not going to be burning pots anyways. So I get a little stuck there. You can see I was trying to use my Storm Dragon to get to his side, and yeah, just got stuck to his side there and got hit. Not a big deal. All pretty basic patterns. Now I do push this relatively quickly if I remember correctly, so I don't think I got too many time stop mechanics, but that's kind of like the big difference between the regular Valtan runs versus a solo run. Right now, it's all just the same stuff, but it is possible to get certain mechs where you are forced to time stop. There's a little bit of a difference, obviously, since this is a solo run, but other than those few mechs, really not too much different from just the regular fight. So this, since I'm solo, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to eat this. Really not much damage I take. No biggie there. So the counter here is what kind of cucks me sometimes because of my ping. It's a really easy counter to hit, but when you have 230 ping solo, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's not even consistent with ping. Sometimes it's like, it feels like you are early, but it's late, and sometimes you feel late, but it's early. I don't know, just sometimes the registry in this game is kind of up and down. That is one of the issues that I have when I do solo Valtan runs, because I am in charge of countering it on my own. Usually I don't have too much of a problem with it, but again, for those of you who are trying to do this with high ping, that is something that's a little bit smudge. This segment right here sometimes is cancer because I am a slow spec class. But since I am solo, it's not too bad. That was a little dangerous right there, just because I know with my ping, that could sometimes register as a hit. I mean, I was clearly out, right? But sometimes that does register as a hit. If it did, then I'd get knocked back and could fly off the platform. So yeah, just the better knowledge you have with regular attack patterns, the faster the clear, really, at the end of the day. That right there is a perfect example why why sometimes doing this solo is just, it's kind of annoying. You charge up, you're about to hit the back, and then he just turns at you, because he's obviously going to face you if he's attacking, right? There's the triple smash pattern here, so pretty decent opening. There's a grab, another thing that I have to be really careful about with my ping, because you get grabbed in that quite a bit sometimes, even if it looks like you're out. And by the way, that last hit, I don't know how that was not back attack. It's like, I mean, clearly it was within the blue. So we're at the 60 mech here, and sometimes this mech is just very difficult for me with 230 ping, because it is a pretty quick counter window, and I have to be really on. I actually have to use it before. I time stop here because I was trying to get damage hitting the back, and I used the terrain there. I did not want to risk getting knocked off the platform there, so I went ahead and just time stopped. I was close enough to him where if I did get knocked back, I would still probably be okay, but just in case, not using my time stops, excuse me, anyway. I've been fortunate enough to not have any time stop mechanics up until this point. I am pushing at a pretty decent pace. So again, here's another charge there, counter frame. You can see clearly I did that early, right? I just have to do it early, because if you saw from the gate 1 fear mech with the space, the game is legitimately registering my client probably almost a full second behind. So I just have to be pretty early with it. To be honest, the 60 bar counter mech, I honestly think I just got that off in the nick of time. Like on my screen, it was clear, but I think on the game registry, I feel like that was really, really close. So from here, it's just your typical ghost phase, right? We're going to push him to 15 bars and get the ghosts out. Dodging all of this stuff here. I actually took damage there again. To be fair, I guess that was a little bit close. Another hilt mech here, just holding off DPS, trying to push him to 15 bars. So when he does this little jumping smash and then leaps far away, he always follows that up with a really large AoE that you see right there. So that is one thing to note. The mini jumping T smash, he will follow that up with a whirlwind. Does bring him back away from the perimeter of the platform a little bit, so that helps. It's going to be another T pattern there. Another hilt pattern. He is about to phase here, so really no point in doing super omega juice damage. There it is. I do get a tiger strike off, but that really doesn't matter. Start off at 9 o'clock. Does the little smash. And from here, I don't obviously need to use Balthor because it is a solo run. This is the slowest moving class because I have minimum movement speed. And as you can see, it's plenty. I do space to make a little bit of space there. And here we are, Ghost Phase. Now for Ghost Phase, I do need to be careful to not burn my counter. Want to use it on the ghost right there, which is what I did. I actually wasted that Dark Nade that you saw a few seconds ago. I shouldn't have actually thrown that, but that's okay. I have my counter up again, which is my W skill. Hit that counter there. So I do have full meter here. I'm trying to greed damage, but I back out last second, which is definitely the right play, especially with my ping. I do not want to take damage there and get knocked off the platform, causing a raid wipe. There's the first grab mechanic. Easy dodge there. DPS window here. This is also where I should have Dark Naded. Another counter hit. Back and forth smash pattern. My counter is actually on cooldown, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand next to him because those little ghosts actually do the T pattern. The attack is that forward T pattern that Big Valtan does, so standing next to the ghost like that is actually a safe spot. But you do have to watch out for the perimeter because of the other ghost Valtans that run around the perimeter. If you get hit by that, then obviously you're screwed, but the coast was clear on that one. I wanted to greed damage here, which is why I just ate that. Because this ghost mech phase, I've been pretty passive and conservative with my damage, so. There's the Thorane. I had it up immediately. I'm just going to insta-use it. There's the next grab mech. Another DPS window here, and you're going to see me Tiger Emerges, which takes me kind of through the boss. He's going to follow up with a Whirlwind you see right there, and I actually time stopped that, but again, ping kind of sucks. You do have to wait for the animation to finish fully before the consumable is used, but yeah, the ping also doesn't help. You can clearly see if you play it back in slow speed, I definitely am smashing it. Didn't really matter though, because if you're close enough to the boss, you won't get knocked off the platform, so it did end up working out. Got a big crit to the back with my Tiger Strike to finish it off as the executing blow, and that's it. That's it, boys. That was the solo Valtan Striker run. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Tell me your thoughts, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.